Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Only Good channel. Don't forget you can find early access to all of my videos on X. And let's get into it. Here we have the price of Bitcoin, and I know you're super surprised, we're still stuck just under $30,000. We've been stuck in this range pretty much for at least a month, it looks like, and we've pretty much been stuck between about 29,000 and 31,000 since all the way back on June 21st. Fortunately though, however, we have finally put in a hammer candle here on the daily chart, and it looks like it's finally starting to play out to the upside, even though we have had a little bit of a cool off over the past couple of days. Hopefully though, we are finding support here at this 20-day moving average before bouncing off of it and going back to the upside. And hopefully next we'll turn this 50-day moving average into support so we can start making higher highs here. Yesterday we did get another CPI reading, which came in just between the previous and the forecast at 3.2%, with the forecast being 3.3% and the previous being 3%. This basically resulted in zero price action movement, and I think this is going to be pretty inconclusive for the Fed on whether they're actually continuing to see inflation come down or if it's going to start ramping up again. This is a little bit higher than the previous, but we were expecting it to be even higher. And as long as we don't continue to see inflation ramping back up in the next CPI meeting, I think it's still plausible that the Fed will continue with their pause in September. One catalyst that could definitely send us exploding to the upside is that today we actually have an SEC decision on the Bitcoin ETF for ARK Invest. Here we have a list of deadline dates for all of these SEC decisions on these Bitcoin spot ETFs. And it looks like today we have the second deadline for the ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF refiling. But according to this article by Yahoo Finance, ARK Invest Bitcoin ETF is expected to be delayed. And this is straight from Cathie Wood. So it looks like even Cathie Wood, the founder of ARK Invest, doesn't really think that this is going to be approved. And I pretty much agree with her because I think the first one that's going to get a spot ETF is going to be BlackRock. We still have a couple weeks until their very first deadline, and it's not until September 2nd, which is in about 3 weeks or so. And it's not even for certain that we're going to get it approved on that date because they still have 3 more deadlines after that. However, if we do see BlackRock being approved on that date, I think that we might be seeing a lot of these other ones being approved right after that, or even possibly on the same day because a lot of them have the same first deadline date. In the meantime, though, I think this is still going to be delayed until probably BlackRock gets theirs. But if it does actually get approved today, then you can certainly bet there's going to be some kind of explosion in the price. In other news, as you may have heard yesterday or the day before, supposedly little Tay is dead at 14, but this turned out to be a lie, and it's all because of a crypto scam. Supposedly, a Lil Tay crypto coin was released the day after her verified Instagram reported that the 15-year-old influencer had died, according to this article by Insider. And apparently there were already Lil Tay tokens, which were probably getting some very much needed attention here because they were probably dying off with the bear market and with her fame basically being gone for the past few years. However, this is just basically a reminder that these crypto scams do exist even whenever the price is really low and people think we're in the middle of the bear market. And you just have to be careful because we're going to continue to see news articles like this coming out, and people are going to be making any kind of news stories that they possibly can to bring attention to their crypto project scams. Finally, here we have an article by Blockworks that says the PayPal stablecoin is bigger news than any Bitcoin ETF. It says through PYUSD, PayPal is on a journey to onboard millions of people to crypto and public blockchains, while the Bitcoin ETF would instead ultimately lock users into traditional finance systems. In my opinion, I think this is going to lock people into traditional finance systems anyway, because as the normies and the sheeple continue to put their money into PayPal, and if they actually do start to trade crypto through the platform, as I showed you in my last video, there is code that makes it possible for them to freeze your assets and then totally wipe your wallet if you just disagree with something that they say, or if they disagree with something that you say. It says PYUSD can be sent to public Ethereum addresses as opposed to ETF products that would trade only during market hours. In my opinion, this is going to bring a lot more volume to Ethereum and to cryptocurrency in general, and it's definitely going to onboard a lot of people. But unfortunately, this is going to keep a lot of people also trapped in the traditional finance system, and I don't think that PayPal is going to be any kind of escape from that. It's just going to be a place to probably lock people like retail investors in, while BlackRock is going to lock people like institutions in. Either way, I think it is going to be ultimately bullish for the whole crypto space, and hopefully this hammer candle is going to lead us to make higher highs here. And it looks like the market is continuing to wait for this Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved before they feel comfortable that a bull market is starting and they can start pouring institutional money back into the space. So let me know in the comments, do you guys think that a spot Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved from ARK Invest first? And do you think it's going to happen today? Or do you think we have to wait until next month for BlackRock to go through? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. This is Abisu. He's named after one of the 7 lucky gods of Japan. According to legend, he will bring wealth and prosperity to anybody who evokes his name. So don't forget to write his name in the comments, or you'll bring dishonor to your whole portfolio. And check out this video right here. Say goodbye, Abisu.